Hey, this is Judgment here, and I have got the multiplayer Easter egg from start to finish all in one video for you. And the first step is you want to make sure that you turn on power. Now I know that's pretty obvious, but the fuse won't show up until you do that. Alright, so I'm going to flip over here and actually go down below the lighthouse. If I turn around right, there we go. Alright, and this is where the guys are trapped, and you want to knife the door just to get them talking. Now as soon as you do that, the fuse will spawn pretty soon. Now look on these tables, the desk, and there's a cabinet to the left that sometimes it spawns on the bottom, but there it is. Babs grabbed it and he's gonna go stick it in there. Alright, so now we have the fuse. Alright, step 2 is the generators, and I'm going to speed this up, but I want you to know where the Semtex are. You need the Semtex to blow up the generators, or you can actually use regular grenades in certain areas. But go through here, and the Semtex is back here on the wall, and you'll pick them up. Now there's 4 generators that you have to blow up, and I'll slow it down when we actually get to one. Alright, in between where the boat is cracked in half, there's one on the bottom, and if you saw where my gun was pointing, there was one there, and one of the guys on my team had taken that out earlier with a frag grenade. Alright, the second one is actually just off the back side of the boat. When you're going up to power, you just go back here, make a right, and I'll show you it out in the water, and Babs is going to be taking care of this one. Alright, the third one is back where the guys are trapped, and I already took that one out, but I wanted to show you. The fourth one is back by stamina, and if you go out down the lighthouse outside the back and through this area, you'll see it out the back window there. This is one of the trickier ones. Just kneel down and chuck it through the window here. And that was off to the right. Alright, so I'm going to reline up.
What's it good for? Absolutely nothing.
And there we go, light went out. So that's the 4 generators that we needed to get. Alright, step 3 is Vodka, and it'll usually spawn right here on the stairs. If not there, there's 2 other places that it'll spawn. This is by the lighthouse. Now I'm going up to the boat, where you go up to power, and there's a little symbol for power, and it can be up on this railing, so not in those 2 places. So if it's not in those 2 places, then it's usually where the ship is cracked in half, and there it is right there. See that massive ice up there? Now you got to have a guy below that will catch it, and somebody up top that will actually come down and exit and knock it off there. Alright, so Bab's gonna get it, and X will catch it, and there it goes down there, and he got it. And then you want to take it obviously to where the people are and stick it in that pipe, and I'm gonna fast forward and skip some of it until we get down here. Alright, there's step 3. Alright, step 4 is a code, and you actually have to go into the lighthouse for this one. And the first step of the code, you want to get it to read 2746 from the top down. There's a little dial on each level of it. So the top one you want to turn to number 2, and that's the yellow dial, as you can see on the 4th floor. So you turn the top one to 2. Now I'm going to go down to the 3rd floor, which is orange, and the person on the 2nd floor, which is blue, will turn it until my dial turns to a 7. So I'm not actually turning it, the guy below me is turning it. Alright, so there's number 7. Now, you want to go down to the bottom floor, and he's going to turn that to 6. And the bottom floor is actually purple, so he's going to turn that to 6. Alright, and then step 4 of this is I want to turn the orange floor, which is the 3rd floor, until actually somebody else is turning it. I'm on the 2nd floor, which is blue. The person on the 3rd floor with this orange will turn it until my dial, the blue one, is at 4. And I'll write all this down and have it in there for you. Alright, and then the final one is you go all the way up to the top to the yellow one on the 4th floor and turn that to 2. And then just check your dials. You should have 2746 from top to bottom. Now, if anytime you screw up, just start from the top down with that same exact process, and it'll reset everything. Alright, step 5 is the radios, and we want to go up by power. It's actually the room below power where the box usually spawns, up on this cabinet over here. Alright, and if you hit X, you should hear that Morse code there. Alright, and that's how you know if you did the numbers right in the tower. You'll hear Morse Road when you hit the X's. Alright, second radio, and you have to do these in a certain order. The second one is back by stamina over here to the right. Now the Morse code you hear from these actually are letters and they spell out V-R-I-L. So we've done V and R. Alright, third one. Zip line down to the boat from the top of the tower, the lighthouse. And as soon as you get down here, make a right and go straight ahead. Alright, and there's the third radio. And it looks like my friend is having a hard time finding it, but there it is right there. And there he gets it. Alright, and the fourth one is right down below where the guys are trapped that you're trying to set free. You go down these stairs to the right, and it's right underneath the stairs on top of this cabinet here. Now, if you do it correctly, you'll hear this Morse code, and it'll continue to play throughout. And if you turn up your volume, you can hear it. Now, besides Morse code, you also see this flashing yellow dot out there. Alright, and if you notice, we're on round 13. Before you do this next step, which would be step 5, you want to have the VR11, one of your team players. Alright, but go up here to power, and you'll turn that 2 times. The lever will go down to the 5 o'clock position. You turn this, you push this lever on the left down once, and this lever over here down 3 times. And when you do that, you should hear a foghorn. Alright, so we got that one done. Okay, step 7 are the foghorns, and this is the room where the guys are in, and I'm just going to run out down below. Alright, and I'm going to number these. This is 1. That's foghorn number 1. It's by the lighthouse. Number 2 is what we call the ledge. Alright, and those are the 2 on this side. To get to the other 2, you actually have to go down the slide and out. Okay, so there's number 3, and I call that the slide, and here's number 4. I don't have a name for this. Alright, you have to hit these in a certain order. So the first one will be number 2 by the ledge. Okay, the second one you hit is this one, and it's by the slide, and we called it number 3. And after number 3 is the one right by the lighthouse. We called it number 1. And then the fourth one is this one, and I guess it's number 4, or the one opposite the slide on my end. Alright, and when that happens, you should see a green light going to the sub. And I wanted to get you a better picture of that, so I backed up, but there it is. Alright, green light, and that is the end of step 7. Step 8, you need the VR11, and you want to have a couple crawlers so you don't end the round when you change one into a human. So we have a couple crawlers. We're going to change this one into a human and follow him. Whenever they become human, they go to the lighthouse, to that green light that's down the middle of the lighthouse. So now, when they get there, as soon as they step into the light, make sure you just blast the crap out of them, because you want to take them out, and it takes a lot to kill them. Okay, so keep blasting him until you see him go on his back, and right now he's moving around. And you want to make sure that if you have multiple people doing this, you don't jam each other up in the stairway. That happened to me once, and we weren't able to kill him, and we had to actually do another crawler, or another guy. Alright, so we got him dead. He's going up towards the green light, and he's going to drop the last key to this, the golden rod. Alright, and there it goes. So you just want to run down here, and I'm going to speed it up a little bit. And there it is. You just press X to pick that up, as with everything else. So X is going to do that because he hasn't done this achievement yet. Maybe he's going to do it. Alright, there he goes. And you just take that back here to this tube where the guys are and put it in there. Alright, and I cut some parts out of here because you don't need to hear everything they say. When you do it, you'll be able to listen to everything. Alright, and that's technically the last piece of the puzzle, but there will be some technical difficulties, and the fuse that you put in step 1 will actually start the spark. And when you see that happen, you just want to knife it. Alright, so the fuse starts the spark, he knifes it, and that is it. They're actually going to teleport out of there, and when that happens, you'll get the achievement, and you'll get some kind of drop. And usually, I've only seen the Wonder Waff come out, and that should appear right to my right. Oh, there's a glowing light for it, and there it is. And you've got the achievement, and if you do the multiplayer achievement, it will actually give you the solo player achievement as well, which I don't think is quite fair, but hey, whatever. Well, hey, there it is. Hope you like it. If you got any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I'll make sure to answer them. And I'm also going to put a description in the description on how to do it, just in case something I said doesn't make sense. But as always, take care and God bless.